So I've had a little play with it, just with the effects and stuff. Can't really find anything using them. You know, I've not actually probably had a look at it, but whatever it is, all I know it. Well, what you can see and hear is some kind of radio frequency, and it's a continuous one. So all I know is that that's what it is. You know, a radio frequency that seems to be all over my house. You know, even downstairs, because as you saw, where I left that camera, it was near enough the bottom of the landing and stuff. So you know, it seems all over the house, whatever the radio frequency is. I mean, the test I did, turning off the electrics, turning off the broadband as well. So that tells me, you know, that this radio frequency is still, you know, all over my flat and coming from somewhere as well. But you know, I can't work out where it's coming from. As I said, especially when the electrics are turned off. But yeah, you know, what I'm hearing when I've been testing it out is it's like a TV, you know, like the white screen on a TV when it's fuzzy and that. You know, just from doing tests from that. But you know, I really can't work out obviously what it is. I mean, say the possibility of, you know, like a mind control device. Put that into the equation and that. Basically, you know, it would explain what they would call, you know, like the frequency or the mixed frequencies, what they scramble to use. You know, why they call a hypnotist talks down, talks through a speaker, you know, like through a microphone. So basically, so the you know, the listener, the TI targeted individual, doesn't hear the, you know, the actual voice of the person, but you know that this is what it bases off. You know, there's a lot to it, and so you know, all I know is based on this is, you know, from analysis of the sound, is it's a radio frequency. You know, that's all I know. You know, like I think it's what they call it, MW or whatever they call the wave sound. You know, the waveform, not FM. I think MW or whatever they call that. It's like the other channel that you flip on your radio. You know, like the old radios or whatever. And you know, basically, mostly for that channel, you hear the sound. You know, like that. The sound you get. It's just like a continuous. A continuous sound. So we'll do white noise. I'll try that anyway. See if that makes a difference. It's actually got rid of it. So what I'll do, I'll shorten this down. This is longer. Longer sound file anyway. So generate noise. Let's put it to about 5, and I'll see what that sounds like. As you can see, that's a, you know, it's a static sound, as they call, from the TVs you get and that. Anyway, I'll try one. As you can hear, a very obvious sound of static, and that's coming from the obviously the audio sample from the camera. You know, I left in my flat and what it picked up, and you know the Yeti picked it up as well, same sort of sound. I don't know what they are, but I'll have a go with those. That one's hold up, generate noise. That's pink noise. It's called on there, and then I'll move on to just having a play around. I didn't see these before, so brownium, whatever that one is. So as you can see, I'll start this for a minute. This is white noise, pink noise, and brownie. That's the normal sounds, you know, without the audio being touched. And then it will go into pink sound now. Back to normal, and then brownie and sounds coming up. But these are just like enhanced sounds of obviously of the normal recording. And then that's just the what I've got so far. So, you know, summarising, you know, mainly it's a radio frequency, probably MW or whatever they call it, MH, whatever they call it, that what you get on radios. And turning off the electric in my house tells me it's not coming from the flat, because all the power's down when I turn it off. You know, so it can't even be the broadband, it can't be anything in this flat. It means it's coming from outside the flat, or, you know, something that's not connected to the power of this flat. And so this is what I'm trying to work out. And then what I did with, or what I discovered on Audacity, when I went to record and stuff, microphone up, built-in microphone, Realtek, plugged into the laptop. And then what I discovered with that, I don't know what this is, but I'll play it to you anyway. I don't know what that is yet. It reminds me of something, but it's picking it up in this flat from the mic. That was just the mic recorded over this one, the second one here, what I picked up. Just but this is the second sound wave. Without that, you know, that frequency at the start. See that? That's both of them played together, isn't it? And then this is the second one. And then this is the one I picked up without, well, I was recording basically while I played that, so it was basically enhancing the sound waves of, you know, this small thin one here. So we'll do this again. And then that's when I cut it off. Well, that definitely. That's just me moving. So yeah, I don't know what those sounds are either, but they're obviously something, right? Right, let's do another thing. I've got another idea. Right. So I don't know what they are, but I mean, if you look at the sound waves on that, you can see it's making different forms. So there's definitely not varied audio coming from those sound waves, which my microphone is picking up from my laptop. So what I'll do now is I'll make another recording. All is still the same. No mic plugged in. That's all over there. I'll make a noise now. Microphone sensitivity is up. Then I'll turn up the audio. So you can still hear it, and what I'll explain is Wi-Fi is disconnected. I disconnected that before. So the only thing giving out possible radio waves in this flat would be the broadband, because that's the only thing I've got. I can give them off. No TV, no radio or anything. See, nothing else in there. So and as you know, coming from the fact that I said, about the turning off the power in the flat, even turning off the broadband, so basically come up with a conclusion in that it's coming, that there's a signal going through my flat or somewhere from it. And that tells me a lot already. So I always do tests and stuff to make sure where they're coming from and stuff. And this all started from just getting that camera, just for a budget security camera, and what I discovered from that and what's followed on from there. So a lot of weird stuff. Now we're going back to the original recording. This is the one from the digital camera, and what I just did, the same test I did with the other one. Turn up the volume on that, and then I'll have to be quiet because I'll show you what happens. Microphone's on. Right. Wait a minute. I silence this. Go back to the original. and that's what I got from that. So you know, it's picking up something from the original source. Let me try something else. And you know, when I do that, it basically yeah. So we'll just go back to this one. Need to mute the original. So you know that something coming from those audio samples. But yeah, you know, even when I speak, you actually can hear it more enhanced, the same sound that is coming. I don't know if it's actually still coming from this laptop, or it's the same frequencies going from my flat, but whatever it is, you'll see. But you know, when I started talking, it picked up those, you know, those weird ass sounds. And you know, I'm assuming it's coming from the same radio frequency as, you know, that was picking up in my flat. See, you know, from that it tells me a lot. You know, when the same, different devices, you know, even that microphone picked up anything with a microphone, it can pick up these frequencies that seem to be all over my flat. So yeah, what I got from that, I just changed the speed of the recording, and I'll play a little bit. So as you can see, it's definitely some kind of audio, and as I said, not coming from my flat. And you know, standard, that's what it looks like originally. That's the original recording. Hold on, I forgot to mute that. Let's go back up. This is the original recording. Thin line, and then what I did was record over the original audio, change the level of that. While I did that, came up with a big sound wave, and then smaller or reasonable size ones, and that's the one last one I did, and I changed the speed on that to slow it down. You know what it reminds me of is my old acapellas that I used to record. You know, the sound wave of me talking, if I've got it on here, I'll show you it, because I got rid of, well, I lost all my acapellas when I reset my computer. Let's see if I can find it. I'm sure I've got one on it. That'll be the one. This is an acapella. Right.
When I'm drinking, I wonder. I'm under, gotta think if I'm feeling the thunder.
Right, as you can see, that's an acapella, and you can see the sound waves on that. You see the similarities on that. It's like
Cops watch my spot, got to rise for God. Stops what the plot, watch his masters drop. Flock stop the shots like he jammed the glocks. Cops shot, they stop asking. But watch the lot, stop to drop the book. Shook got to drop all the plots you've got.
so if you see that both the audios, that's an acapella, and you can see that's coming from my voice. So you know that's what I found from that. I haven't finished playing with it yet, but yeah, that's what I got so far. So you know, that tells me that it's obviously a voice, and it's coming through radio frequencies into my flat. So something weird going on there, for sure. And then make sure, yeah, that's cool. So yeah, I'll follow through on that. Not as in take a dump, but you know, it's a bit weird to me, no, because obviously this is what I've discovered accidentally, without realising it. See, that's it slowed down. I'm just seeing what I can get. I mean, you can hear something in that audio, but finding out what it is, it will be. I mean, as you can see, every time you hear what sounds like a muffled voice, it happens where there's high sound waves. If you move there, you can hear the continuous ringing, which is like the radio frequency. So you know, to me that's the sound of vocals, but you know, that's just what I've discovered so far. But you know, I'll look into it and see what I can find. But you know, it's weird to me, because you know, whatever it is, as I said on the previous clip, you'll see the broadband was off. It's back on now, but these are recordings I took while it was off as the test. So you know, that's picking up audio along the lines of radio frequencies, and what it's picking up from enhanced, which is weird to me. And then what I've got on this is a video radio frequency mind control. I might have found in this somewhere someone left that. I'm just doing the same thing from their recording to see if there's any similarities between what they recorded where they lived as a victim of it, to see if there's any similarities between both our recordings. That's the recording from that YouTube user, and then what I did on that is I put it on there, and I did the same thing as the other. And then I did that. And then I enhanced it again. This might be a bit loud, I'm not sure. And that, as you can hear, that it's like the same sound pattern as what I've found in my flat. And this man, he says he was actually a target of mind control. What his story is, I haven't gone into, but it was something to do with, like, I think like the sort of thing I do, like a conspiracy theorist. But this is what I got from, you know, I've extracted a little bit of voice audio. It's not great, but you listen to this, and this is what it started from, right? If the files aren't corrupt, I'll start it. So you know this is the same audio file that I started with. Right, so I messed up the audio there. I'll start again. Right. And then I'll quickly go through what I leveled up to there. Each did it again. Messing up this morning. And then obviously I went up to all those, and then I came to that one. That was when I slowed down the tempo to see if I could catch your voice. And this is what I've got so far. So as you can see, it's picked up some kind of audio of a voice there. That bit where the screeching went out was where I cleared that out. But yeah, there's definitely a voice on it. so you know it's recording and it's not me you know, doing any trickery. No mic plugged in, that's why I'm showing that. What I've done is I've done the overdub option. So the overdub somewhere, hold on, unless it might not show, but yeah, that's me speaking now and it's recording through the laptop mic. So that's that. And then obviously the preferences, which wasn't working. Yeah, basically there's an option for overdub when you record. There it is, overdub. So it basically records through the over, you know, the recording, while the recording plays at the same time. But yeah, as you saw in that video, while that was recording, the green bars show that there's basically speech going on. You know, as you saw when I started talking, it was showing that certain bar move at certain paces. You know, when someone's talking, you hear that on a mic recording. I've seen it myself when I recorded on it for my other videos. I use this one for an example, or I'll go to the thing. This is the recording from my flat. I was recording, so I'll carry on anyway. So you can see there, basically that's what's going on. It's recording some kind of audio going on in my flat. I mean, that sample was better for me because it had cut out that continuous ringing sound. So you could see more when the voice, you know, these are two different recordings, and the one to do with the person who recorded this video and put it on is saying radio frequency mind control, actual recording the messages. So this person is someone else, you know, says themselves, who was a victim, recorded this on a microphone. And what I found out from their sample, what I took, is, you know, that I'm getting exactly similar things coming from mine. You know, the ringing sound when you enhance the sound, the speech patterns as someone's speaking, and you know what I said referring to the mind control, is those radio frequencies I heard, what I've extracted, you know, are what they use for these mind control devices, and you know, to scramble the voice from the TI target individual. And then you know what I've picked up on that recording, just from a straight line of static, is basically would be the hypnotist voice who speaks. You know what I'm detecting. It's just, you know, I don't know if I've even got the software, you know, to extract the voice or enhance that voice, but I will try. But you know, from that, and when you see this online, I mean, you'll be able to see yourself. So these are things that come from an awakening that start off with what I found out on my budget security camera, and then what ties in with my general knowledge and my friend Bruce, you know, and made me start wondering about myself and what I've discovered. So I found something off this recording already from whoever made the video already. The other one, what I've talked about, and I'll show you what I've already found. So that's the original of what they play. and then that was what it's want to enhance the sound. Brace yourself. Enhanced again. This one's a bit loud, so if you're listening through headphones, tense your eardrums. And that's another enhancement. And this is the one I've got down to. And around here, what I did was change the pitch on the recording, basically slow down not the pitch, the tempo, or the speed, so you can hear what's being clearly said. And as you can see from that, I mean, that's just from whoever made that recording on that site, what I found on YouTube. And you know what I would put across as argument along the lines of, you know, like, hold on, you know, like, even if it was like a fake, you know, like a fake one, not real, it's still, you know, it doesn't change the, you know, the proof that it can be done, even if it was used as like a sample or even a fake, because it still shows that, you know, it can be done using mind control V2K voice to skull technology, what the CIA invented. You know, that shit means it exists, and you know it's possible to do, and you know a lot of people still don't believe that. And when you look at technology today, to even look back at, you know, the CIA themselves and what they came up with back then, it would have been possible for, you know, it was just basically you know, it would have just been basically a radio transmitter. Radio's been around since the 30s, probably before then. And you know, there's a frequency in people's brains, or what can go through people's brains, and that's all they needed to find out. And as I said, you know, they would have just basically used, you know, not a microphone like that, but you know, one of the old microphones had that connected to that, and then they would have just tested on people. So you know, nowadays with what they've got, it is so easy to put it on laptops or anything like that, and technology like that, you know, it's easy to use. But yeah, you know, that sample, it shows better than the one I've got, what I've found on my recording so far. You know, how easy it exists. I mean, this is my version, the one what I've got from my flat. And that bit where that ringing sound comes back in is where I haven't, you know, that where I haven't altered the clip, altered the background ringing sound. All I did was play around with it, get rid of that so I could try and enhance the voice. I tried downloading a add-on, but it didn't work, so called something, I can't remember what it's called, but yeah, when I went to use it, a plugin, basically it didn't work, so that thing would have got rid of all the muffles from that voice. But yeah, you know, that it's the same as my sample, you know, started off as a little thing like that, did the same thing, enhanced it, and then I got, you know, which is very similar to this other dude, or maybe even lady, their sample, you know. So mean, that's about the same zoom level as what this person did. So, you know, there's definitely something going on there. So, like I said, firstly, even if an example of how it can work, it shows that it can work and exist. But you know, if that's a genuine recording, you know, from someone who was also a victim of it, among many, many people, as I said, Britney Spears, CIA, ex-CIA whistleblower, there's been lots of people, you know, from different backgrounds who have been victimised. But yeah, you know, looking at the similarities between this person's recording and mine, it tells me a lot already. You know, I didn't even suspect this until, you know, I made this recording the other day. As I said, came across the recording from that. And that's another thing, you know, whatever this dude or even lady used, obviously the microphone and what they used is different quality to mine. So, you know, it would have picked up the audio differently. But yeah, you know, there's a lot behind. I've had to play around with this as well now. I know what I came across, you know, on here, what we've got, lower frequency band limit and upper, and that's in hertz. That's basically radio frequency. And when I was playing around with this, when it's on 0, I'm both upper and lower. See that? But you know, it's so silent. And then if you up to that to I think it was 1,000, I'm putting some random numbers on there. So you know, if that was a you know, if that was a mind control, like a device or something like that, you know, like just, you know, like a mind control device in this dude's house or a lady's house, you know, on that, basically with the frequencies changed, they can't hear that. And you know, if the person with the device wanted to change, which they wouldn't do, but if they wanted to, you know, the frequencies, it means obviously through that the person could obviously hear that is being the victim of it. So you know, it tells me a lot already, and I've just been been playing around with this when I had a look at it earlier, and this is what I've come up. So you can see, it's got something on it. And then this will be where, this is the marker bit where I've recorded it. So that grey bit was where I recorded it from. And you know, when you listen to that, and then I go back to, as I said, the original recording, what I got off this channel, this person's channel, and then I play that. So you can see already you can see already from that, you know that there's something going on with that recording itself. I mean, that to me, that says a lot, you know, especially for someone who's basically you know, who's not even who's not even well, you know, I use this for just recording tracks and that, but you know, I don't play around with stuff like this. I just used it when I recorded music and stuff. So, you know, if that's not blatant to you, that there's a voice on this frequency that someone uploaded originally, is just a, you know, just like a radio sound, you know, like the sound coming from that, what I left on my stairs and discovered. You know, I can't point out the more obvious to you about it, because, you know, I'm not even, what are they called, media forensic or whatever they are, scientist. You know, I just found this out from looking at my own recording, so that's what I found. So that's what you get when you just play around with, you know, with computers and that. Or if you have the knowledge in you, whatever's in my genetics, as I said. But yeah, I'm sure there would be someone out there who's a media forensic scientist or whatever they are, you know, like people in authorities and that, would be able to actually get the actual voice from it, who are trained to do it. But yeah, that's probably the best I can do with mine and this person's as well, from just playing around it. So I've been been having to play with it a little bit more, and I've enhanced it a bit from what the lads did, and I'll show you what I've done. So that I've just been playing with a picture. I thought I'd log it anyway, but yeah, I've done a bit of altering with the effects and that, and this is what I've been finding. Going through it, I'm just having a little play around, just see what I can find. I mean, as I said, I'm not even a professional with this, so if someone found this and they did it themselves, they'd be able to do it better than me anyway. But as you can hear, that's a voice, and there's nothing else it could be. So you know, and as an example, I'll save this. What I do, I'll import the only acapella I saved. Didn't realise it was an acapella till I found it. Was anyway, but yeah, this is an acapella. Now left on my phone. I think this is the one anyway. As an example, I'll zoom into that. This might not be. No, that is my what I can do actually. But that's an, you know, that's a acapella. I'll zoom into it because of the sound wave view. As you can see, that's a continuous acapella. These are just voices, but you know they're vocals as well. Because if I make that.
When I'm living the pain, my brain's deranged, insane, all the pains in my heart. The names of groups of blind men I'm breaking apart.
Right, you see that? And if I should be able to record anyway, but I'll copy this and I'll show you. So that's me talking. Listen up now. See? Yep. See that? And then you listen to this.
So that's me talking. Listen up now.
And if you look at that, you know, you can see it's exactly the same waveform as, you know, my vocals. There's no other thing to it. And when you zoom in, I mean, these sound waves. Let's see if I can find anything. Wait a minute, it's just me being an idiot. I don't know. I'll move that there. Right there. But if you look, yeah, I found something decent right there. And then I zoom in on that. Yeah, it's the closest I've got. I mean, the volume on that one is obviously different. You know, that's louder than the other because of my mic volume. But as you can see, zoomed in really close, you can see there both voices, both vocals. So yeah, you know, for me testing that out, that just tells me more than anything about what it is. So what I'll leave you with is the best I've got, and this is what I've got from the recording anyway. And then what I've done is moved it up next to the original sound wave, you know, just the flat one, what the person originally recorded on there. So that's that next to there, and then I'll show you what I've got, the best I can get anyway. So that's both original top, what I got off the video, converted to MP3 audio, and then the one underneath is what I enhanced in that, and what I got from, you know, just from that flat line. and then I'll zoom in to both of the sound waves so you can see the difference and sort of similarities. So you know, close up they look pretty similar. Obviously the sound waves will be the same, but you know, zoomed out is that and that. So yeah, you know, but that's what I found. I didn't take a lot of time on mine. I actually took more time on this one, because obviously the one that this person uploaded, the audio's better on it, is all I know. But I'll have a play with mine as well later on. But you know, I just wanted to show you, you know, that these from two people, you know, that they've discovered there's vocal audio on what they first recorded as what you would sound like radio frequencies coming from a device in their home. I mean, that's two separate samples. That's mine and this other person's. You know, as I said, I found mine and that, and this other person, they found theirs on, maybe, I don't know what they used, but you know, just a normal recording device with a mic on it and that. So it tells me a lot, you know, when there's two people saying that they believe there's mind controlled devices or something in their home, you know, uploading two of these audio clips that, you know, they thought just sounded like normal radio waves going off in their home. And you know, with me, as I said, with the skills I was born with, like, you know, this is just what I've discovered from mine. You know, this is what I've discovered from mine, and well, that's the results for you, the best I can get anyway. So when you look at this, you can take a decision for yourself on what you think, but to me, it tells me more than I need to know. And then I'll leave on this as well, and this is what ties in with this mind control thing. You know, what I remembered ages ago, you know, when I recorded this. Basically, I cut the wire. Landlord told me it's something to do with telecommunications, said it didn't matter anyway, so what I did, that wire there, this leads up to this. You can see that. I cut that, and all I can tell you I remember doing, what happened, as soon as I cut that wire, it basically something in my mind, it's hard to describe, but it was like something cut off in my conscience, like an interference, like a pressure in my brain. That's all I remember, you know, when I cut this wire. You know, unless you've had this sort of interference in your mind in the first place, you wouldn't be able to, you know, you wouldn't be able to describe it or notice it, you know, especially if you didn't come along to discovering what it was. But yeah, you know, this wire, I don't know what it was, I was suspicious of it, because it doesn't look right. And you know, my landlord and everything had lied to me. Well, claims, you know, that it's just a normal thing, you know, an old telephone communication thing, and basically, you know, that it's no good, it doesn't work. But yeah, you know, it's hard to describe, but all I know is something in my mind. It felt like it's like turning off a switch, cutting off electric in the house. You know, it was like that, but in my mind. You know, I just felt some kind of pressure, something in it, and it just went snapped as you know simultaneously when I cut that wire in my mind. So you know, this is why I suspect you know that thing outside on the side of the house may be you know just like a memory and analysis of what happened from what that day. Could be something to do with it. But you know, I still hear it as seen because you know I've recorded that video after, and you know what I remember after, you know, the same day, a few hours later, after I put that video up on YouTube, uh, basically, home group, my landlord, they came, these dudes in vans and that, and you know they went to fix the neighbour's fence and stuff, which has been broken down. You know, I can't remember. You know, obviously, if it would, all I know is it's been reactivated, and you know, it's more than coincidental. You know, when they come along, and you know they fix this fence the same day I cut the wire on the side of my house. That's all I know. So it's just a shame, you know, because I can't describe how free my mind felt. You know, not realising when I cut the wire on the side of that house, you know, whatever this switch off of interference going from my brain was, i.e. possible mind control of those radio frequencies. You know, when it cut off, my mind, it felt so clear, the consciousness, you know, my mind felt free. So, you know, this is why I'm trying to get to the bottom of this and why there's a big possibility, you know, that I may have been targeted, you know, as a mind control victim. I mean, I know, obviously I know I make conspiracy videos. That's one thing I know I make, you know, and I know those kinds of people themselves, you know, are obviously going to be targets because they're big, you know, they're big threats, especially seeing with Theresa May and that talking about trying to bring in a law, i.e., you know, a sort of way of calling it, like me and David like whistleblowers, but calling it extremism. You know, with my my genetics, which are odd as well. You know, my reflex, my built-in genes of a SS agent and that. That's weird, you know. So, but you know, when you don't get answers, then you'll have to work out things yourself. But that's all I'll leave on this. Cheers.
Seeing that's recording, and it's not me, and going on the trickery. You know, might plug in that's why I'm saying that. Right then, is that then the overboard option. So there, overboard somewhere, hold on, yes it might show, but yeah.
So what we're gonna do. This is Pratt P8 AT, and I've just done a. This is a recording of an extract of, the camera test audio as seen there, and as you can see, 44100, and then I go back to where the site is, 44100, and then I go back to this, and then I do another query, and I go to similar animal. As you saw, it said, there we go, 44100, and then hold on, it's a pain in the ass. Right, well, you can see anyway. When you see this video, you'll see. Right, there we go, same frequency, and then I refer to the top, 440, 444. So, there's something about that. As soon as he says, because 44100, 432, and then at the top we've got same hertz, but they're obviously extended. So that's odd. They're basically this extract, from my video. They've got the same, which I just came along, by the way, just from actually doing that earlier, finding out the frequency. But as a site that's claiming, what this thing says, has the same radio frequency as 44100. And the site, I googled it, and that's what I found. But it's weird because, this thing to do with Germany, and around the time they made it, which I'll go through again, where it said it, which would have been the Nazi regime, through them themselves. It's basically, you see, the Nazis decided to use a 440 set pitch for music since 1950. 440 hertz pitch was decided to be used all over the world, i.e. your radios. Like your the radios you listen to, car, work, everywhere. And I mean, it depends what you believe when you see this video about the effect on organisms. And when you believe that and follow that, when I'm discovering that this one that says enhances materialism, hostility and disconnecting humans from nature, 448 hertz, which is the same, as what it's saying to be to do with mind control. That tells me a lot already when it's exactly the same. As this weird frequency I found in my flat. And then we'll go like that. So, you know, there's something going on there which isn't right. So, well, that's just the start of what I'm on about anyway. And then we've got another one here. I don't know what that's all about. I did see 441, but you know, something's not right, is it? I'm not. It's saying this anyway. And this is just all the same frequency. And it's saying that there, David Henley, radio man controlling airport in the early 20th Britain, 20th century Britain. You know what, I'll go from there, which I was going to refer to. Right, this is CIA's project.
So yeah, if you're looking here, you can see David Henry, Radio Mind Control and Air War in the earlier 20th century Britain, and you can see 44100HZ on all of these files, and this is exactly the same frequency that I have extracted from you know, my audio which is telling me more and more, and then we go with Operation Paperclip, originally Operation Overcast, of this OSS, which was German as far as I remember anyway, part of the Nazi regime. 1,500 German scientists, technicians and engineers, Nazi Germany. You know, this is to do with mind control and everything to do with that, you know. So it goes very deep, and you know those radio frequencies, as you've seen, they all go for your radios at work, anything that's radio in your house, radio in your car, when you're driving to work, as it's shown in that video, and it's more backed up from this. I don't know if it's mentioned on here, but you know, all I can tell you is Operation Paperclip is the is the thing that where it came from. So yeah, you know, it's very weird. There we go. Operation Paperclip, secret intelligence program to bring Nazi scientists to America, belonging to CIA, Central Intelligence Agency, America. So you know, all of this is on here, and where it leads to, and where it's been said, you know, to be used or started from them themselves to agencies across the world. So you know, there's a lot of things about it. And yeah, it goes deep. But this is what I've discovered. You know, so yeah, this is what I found, and this is how it goes. I might quickly show you before I log out. Well, sign out. This is an extract from PRAAT Prac, the program, and I'll play this quickly. And then, because what I've done, I've split the track. That's, see, that's what you would call the scrambled frequencies. And this is what you call the hypnotist voice. You can vaguely hear their voice. But you know, as I said, what they do is they have a radio frequency to scramble that, and maybe for the voice to skull, for the voice to penetrate your skull. And then on the other audio, this is the frequency. And then on the other audio, it's the hypnotist. You can just vaguely hear speaking. So you know, even says the frequency there. So you know, it tells me a lot already about you know, what's going on in my flat. And if that's not enough evidence for me, it's up to what you to decide. But you know, it's telling me a lot on why somebody is using, you know, mind control on me. So you make your decision.
Right now, all I can tell you is that you're in danger.
I didn't come here to tell you how this is going to end. I came here to tell you how it's going to begin. I'm going to hang up this phone, and then I'm going to show these people what you don't want them to see. I'm going to show them a world without you. A world without rules and controls, without borders or boundaries. A world where anything is possible. Where we go from there is a choice I leave to you. In relation to the mind, if the newest of all they are is less than 100 years.
you.